Topping today's news, the Commissioner of Police tenders his resignation amidst numerous acts of corruption and criminal activity in the police force. The member for St. Barnabas throws the mace from the House of Assembly. The government introduces new anti-corruption legislation for law enforcement agencies, and the opposition stages a demonstration against corruption in Rawson Square. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jarino Saunders. This is your JCN Evening News. Thank you so much for joining us. Following a litany of criminal and corrupt activity in the Royal Bahamas Police Force in recent months, there will be a new Commissioner of Police replacing the current Commissioner, Clayton Fernando. While making a communication in the House of Assembly this morning, Prime Minister Philip Davis made the announcement.
Madam Speaker, I met with the Commissioner of Police. I have received and accepted his resignation. The Commissioner of Police has served the force with distinction. I want to emphasize that there are no allegations of wrongdoing against him. But the Royal Bahamas Police Force needs change.
The Prime Minister also announced that the government has identified a replacement for the Commissioner of Police and offered to meet with the Leader of the Opposition to discuss the new appointment.
I have identified a highly qualified successor who is well suited to oversee the necessary reforms and change needed. This appointment, of course, requires a consultation with the Leader of the Opposition. Hence, I have not disclosed the name. And I asked the clerk, could you just deliver this letter to the Leader? That has the name, and I hope he'll keep it quiet until we have the opportunity to discuss it. I would invite you, following the adjournment of this House, to meet with me in the Cabinet office across the street so we can have a discussion on the matter.
Following the Prime Minister's announcement of the resignation by the Commissioner of Police, opposition members requested the opportunity to speak on several matters of national importance going back to last sitting of the House last week Wednesday. However, the Speaker informed the opposition that they would have to wait on the order of business before making any communications. This did not sit well with the opposition, who accused the Speaker of trying to muzzle them. While the Minister of National Security, Wayne Munro, made a communication on the new anti-corruption legislation, the opposition member for St. Barnabas, Shannon Cartwright, charged the Speaker's desk, grabbed the mace, then threw it out of the northern window, causing a reaction by the Speaker and on-duty police officers.
The Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Freetown.
Madam Speaker.
Whenever, okay.
Government may have its way, the opposition ought to have its say, Madam Speaker. You have an opportunity in your discretion to permit us to put on the public record our views on a matter of critical importance.
Now I will say. Get him! Ah, my. My Lord, 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 my Lord. I mean, all over me. You think it's right? Do you think it's right? Honorable members, remove that member from this place. Remove the honorable member for St. Barnabas from these proceedings.
Following the melee, the mace, which represents the authority of the Speaker, had to be retrieved from downstairs. It appeared to be undamaged. The House was then suspended for 15 minutes. Once they resumed, the Speaker, who was visibly upset, made the following statement.
In pursuit of being the Speaker today, I must say, this is a dark day. and this political arena that we call politics. For the first time in my life, when I took the oath of office, I felt challenged, and I was in fear for my life. I will review the tapes, and I will apprise the country later of my findings. But during today's event, I was assaulted, I was almost hit. Thank God for a glass of water in front of me. The Honorable Deputy Speaker was given a blow to the head and has to go to hospital. And we have a police officer with terrible damage to his leg. This is Parliament. This is where we come. We were elected to come to take care of the citizens of this country. This is not a political arena. This is Parliament. And this Speaker, I'm strong. I will uphold the rights of the Bahamian people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Speaker of the House of Assembly, Patricia DeVoe. In the midst of today's parliamentary conflict, National Security Minister Wayne Munro cracking the seal on new legislation meant to combat recent corruption within Bahamian law enforcement agencies and public institutions. According to Munro, the Independent Commission of Investigations Bill 2024 will establish an autonomous group to investigate instances of misconduct within law enforcement and hold offending officials accountable.
This commission will have the authority to investigate corruption, abuse of authority, dereliction of duties, and other serious breaches with no exception or exemptions. The commission will operate with complete independence. It will report to Parliament, amongst others, and will not be subject to influence or interference from any government agency or political figure. This independence, Madam Speaker, is vital because public confidence cannot exist without it.
The National Security Minister says Bahamians deserve to know that investigations will be carried out fairly without manipulation. Reports will be made public except for matters that could threaten national security.
The Commission will be empowered to summon witnesses, preserve evidence, and even take over investigations from existing agencies, if necessary. It will make recommendations to the Director of Public Prosecutions for criminal charges where warranted. No rank, no title, no position will shield anyone from the reach of this commission. To those who have used their positions to abuse the public trust, this bill sends a clear message. The days of impunity are over.
Hoping to restore public trust in the Bahamian authorities, Mr. Munro says the introduction of the bill will mark a significant moment in history, but noted that the legislation is only as good as the enforcement behind it. The Security Minister also invited all Bahamian citizens to provide input, stating that the bill would be available for all to view on the government's website and asking that all recommendations be given within the next 14 days. And finally, in this segment, the Free National Movement holding a protest outside of Parliament today, where the party leader, Michael Pintard, spoke on a number of matters, including the alleged negligence of the Minister of National Security, Wayne Munro, and now former Commissioner of Police, Clayton Fernando.
How does a veteran officer of 40 years just now come to know that there's a culture of corruption? You made it all the way to the top of the organization. The Minister of National Security has worked on both sides. A criminal defense attorney and the Minister of National Security. How come you just discovered that? And how is it that your chairman who speaks for you does not agree with you? He says the commissioner is wrong. He says the Minister of National Security is wrong. There is no culture of dishonesty.
Pintard says he is fighting for all Bahamians and his actions are more than political issues.
This is not an F&M fight. No. Every right-thinking Bahamian wants the reputation of our country secured. Many of you who go through customs right now, you are treated many times by the officials at the airport in a manner that is disrespectful to the Parliament, no less than the chairman who speaks out of both sides of his mouth. Again, he joined us in complaining about the way in which Bahamas are treated when they go to the airport. Don't you believe the recent conditions, the recent circumstances, not just with this recent indictment, in Canada, in Jamaica? Don't you think all of these things make all of us suspect? Yes. We have a duty to clear up the reputation of the country. Because the vast majority of the vast majority are law-abiding citizens.
Mr. Pintard and the opposition were supported by scores of party members outside of Parliament. You're listening to JCN News. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.